In his first term as president, our 45th president of these United States, Donald Trump did many, many things listed as controversial and a bit scary. In his second term as 47, only 8 months in, he's basically tripled down and is racking up these lists pretty quickly in just 8 months, starting with some imposed tariffs that swooped across the world, 25% on most nations, Mexico and Canada getting a bunch of those, and EU getting some chunks as well. Even penguins get tariffs. Also, he pressured NATO, which is a good thing, to adopt much higher spending targets for their GDP, 5%. They may actually hit that by 2035. That's a good thing. They also have things including curbing birthright citizenship and, of course, DEI initiative orders and ending gender affirmative care for young people who want to allow them to be transgender. And, of course, transgender girls in sports, that's going on. And right now, the National Guard is walking through D.C. with guns. He already invaded Los Angeles, and Chicago is next. But this one right now may be the most controversial, the biggest step that people may actually die on this hill for. It's Roger Clemens. Because Donald Trump posted on Truth Social following a golf game with Roger Clemens and his son that Clemens, quote, should be in the Baseball Hall of Fame now. He praised Clemens' record, 354 wins, 7 Cy Young Awards, and 6 World Series appearances, and the second most strikeouts in the history of MLB, defending him vigorously for his record, bringing to light the great player that Roger Clemens was, but not quite thinking about the things that are keeping him out, although he'll talk about that. He actually dismissed those things, which are, performance-enhancing drugs. He says they were erroneous, saying they didn't happen. Erroneous means they are wrong. Noting that Clemens never tested positive and was acquitted of perjury charges in 2012. The problem is the 2007 Mitchell report and some other prosecutors who claim that DNA evidence on syringes are clouding the candidacy. The fact that he had DNA on syringes that had some sort of performance-enhancing drugs in them, even though he was found not guilty, because that works out. 10 years on a baseball writer's ballot, because that's 10 years when they can basically just kind of get in there or there. He never reached the 75% threshold to get in. Got 65.2%, so close. Some people were okay with it, but not enough people, the purists, if you will, made sure he didn't quite hit that mark. He's since falling off the ballot, but remains eligible through a veterans committee. Essentially, the veterans can say, this guy gets his turn in now. The veterans don't want him there either. Trump, of course, drew parallels to Clemens and Pete Rose, who, of course, was reinstated posthumously, got the word right that time, after years of being banned from gambling. He argued Clemens' family shouldn't endure a similar delay because he shouldn't be dead to get his flowers. A little Rose joke there, if you will. The comparisons raise the timings and issues of mercy, and of course, because Donald Trump basically says stuff and things sort of happen. Now, will Trump's intervention actually work out as the spotlight on the Clemens case is here, while we are still sort of debating what the steroids era actually means to players and the fans alike. Clemens may still be eligible for further considerations other than the Contemporary Baseball Era Committee. Say that 3 times fast, which of course will basically wrap up time in December. We'll see if Clemens will make his way into the Hall of Fame because basically Trump said so.